I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages of vacant. Modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
And we are live. Welcome to the Square Edge, everybody. Oh no, hold on. There we go. Okay, I gotta adjust this photograph. Alright, so how's everybody doing this evening? We've got a live scheduled to go over and watch and react to the case of Israel Keys, America's most notoriously advanced serial killer of the 21st century. I don't think that's an understatement to say, and it's not about rewarding or gratifying this menace to society. It's about illustrating how far ahead of a time he was, the way he planned to murder, and the infrequency of it, the methodical planning years in advance by leaving what he termed and what the FBI calls kill kits, which was essentially kits he placed in certain parts of the country. That way, when he returned to that area later, he was able to just retrieve those kits buried where they were and inside of a weatherproof container, there would be things he would need for the perfect crime: a gun, a silencer, rope, um, things to bind and kill people with, chemicals, gloves, money. Yes, things like that he would regularly bury while visiting one area and not intending to commit a crime that time, just to get things ready. So when he would come back years later. So this is a truly disturbing individual, and let's get into it with this first clip. Hope everybody's doing all right this evening. For those that come by and stop and support us, thank you and appreciate you. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and be sure to check out our collaborator channel. Excuse me, hold on. Be sure to check out our collaborators channel, Bambi, and then you also have Mr. Ice, aka Admiral Impeach. Make sure to check out his channel as well. Okay. Let's get into it. First thing I'm going to show is a news clip before we get into something longer. It's a 5-minute news clip. You're going to see just some of the. Now, this case started back in 2011, heated up 2012, and of course, as they was getting in and trying to figure things out, this guy was so upset that stuff got leaked to the media. I mean, you're in a murder case, dude. Like, one of his demands from law enforcement was this to be kept out of the media completely. Like that could happen. Because he didn't want his poor wife and daughter to find out all about his sick ass. And you know what I say to that? Too freaking bad. You shouldn't have become the person and let yourself become, not got help, not sought out treatment, whatever the case. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you wouldn't leave a legacy like that for him. This is the same guy who wanted to spare them of any pain, but at the same time didn't care that he left a decomposing body just feet away in the outhouse shed of where his wife and daughter lived. Which then he went on a cruise with them for 2 weeks while he left that decomposed. Well, it wasn't really decomposing because we're in Alaska, you have to keep in mind. So he literally had a freezer, All right, let's get into it. Yep. We're not dealing with any nonsense in the chat or anything tonight. Here we go.
In 2012, Alaskan law enforcement came face to face with perhaps one of this country's most prolific serial killers. His name is Israel Keys. Over the next 7 months, he played a cat and mouse game with investigators, divulging clues about other victims. So Peter Van Sant got a first look at the evidence and a look at the FBI's case.
Just please help find my daughter.
In February of 2012, 18-year-old Samantha Koenig vanished after her night shift at this roadside espresso stand. Residents of Anchorage, Alaska were shaken.
It basically looked like someone just literally walked out of their shift.
But Samantha had not walked out voluntarily. The next day, investigators watched what happened unfold on security camera video. A masked assailant.
So he comes up to the coffee stand here with a gun. He asked her to make him a coffee, and then when she comes back to give the coffee, there's a gun pointed at her.
Had approached the window.
When you raise your hands like that, it's usually because somebody's doing
Something,
this.
exactly.
FBI Special Agent Jolene Godin was part of the team trying to find Samantha.
At this point, you see an individual jump in through the window.
Right through the window?
Right through the window.
Have you ever seen something like that before?
No. And then you see 2 individuals walk away.
And there he is kidnapping her.
It looks like an abduction.
After tracking unusual activity on Samantha's ATM card, police arrested 34-year-old Israel Keys 4,000 miles away in Texas.
And who the heck is Israel Keys?
Israel Keys was not even on our radar.
What they didn't realize at the time is that they had just arrested one of the most monstrous serial killers in American history.
Once I started, and there was nothing else like it.
Keys confessed to killing Samantha Koenig and over the course of several months pointed investigators to 3 other victims. Bill and
There he is shortly before his suicide.
Pointed investigators.
He's chilling the way he talks about this stuff. Is one of the most disturbing cases I've ever got into. And the fact, I think about the year 2011 and what I was doing at the time. I was a senior. This was probably maybe past the time I was a senior. I don't know. But I was still in that teenage high school headspace. And I think about, stuff like this wasn't even in my radar at that time. So just to know that back then while I was, having fun, living it up as a teenager, stuff like this was happening, and I just wasn't aware of it, just didn't tune into
to
it.
3 other victims, Bill and Lorraine Courier in Vermont and Deborah Feldman in New York.
Why did you pick these folks? I didn't. It was just random.
But investigators believe that there are at least 7 more victims based on the...
Here's the creepiest thing. When he killed himself, he made some artwork for the FBI agents to pick up after they found that he was dead. He made this artwork. Well, I'll let them explain it.
These drawings found in Israel Keys' cell, drawn in his own blood.
Has the public ever been shown this before?
No.
And the significance of the 11 skulls?
We believe that 11 is the total number of victims.
And investigators like FBI Special Agent...
Now that's freaking creepy.
...and Catherine Nelson are determined to identify them.
Do you have an optimistic streak that says we can find answers to the other 7 cases?
I do. I absolutely do. And it won't be easy by any means. And it may take a long time, but I'll never give up trying.
So Peter Van Sant is joining us now. Peter, aside from those creepy pictures, why do investigators believe that there are other victims and that they could be all over the country?
Because this is a guy that planned, like he set himself up with the supplies to carry out his type of crime before he ever picked out anybody. I mean, so methodical, yet the crimes also are so random in the way that they're done, but they're methodically planned. The reason why he finally got caught was because Samantha Koenig was a screw up. She was somebody local in the very town he worked in and had a construction business. He fucked up when he decided to go after her. Up until then, he probably may have done about 10, as far as we know. I mean, he was that methodical, and he didn't shit where he ate, if you know what I mean. He didn't do it in his own backyard. When he did do it in his own backyard, he got caught.
Well, Israel Keys loved to travel. He would fly to some part of the United States, rent a car, and sometimes drive several thousand miles along the way. So he was in a whole bunch of states. I mean, this is just a partial list. Alaska, Vermont, Washington, Oregon, New York, New Jersey, California, Texas, Illinois, Tennessee, Indiana, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Minnesota, Nevada, and even parts of Canada.
He's been all over this place.
And he told authorities that when he had this compulsion to kill that would come over him, he would select someone completely at random. So they believe there are at least 11 deaths. But the speculation is with all that travel that he did and with his unusual compulsion, there may be many more.
Peter, the FBI showed you those drawings and other evidence for the very first time. What else did they show you, and why are they doing that? Why are they choosing this moment to do so?
Well, they called Israel Keyes the most meticulous serial killer in American history for a reason. He would pre-position these things he called kill caches. They'd be like an orange barrel. Inside would be a gun.
Like a 15-pound orange Home Depot barrel, you know.
Weapons, a rope, zip ties, things that he would use that if he was driving in an area and wanted to kill somebody, he could access this cache and use that for his abduction and murder. And the reason why the FBI is showing us these haunting pictures, as you see here, and the kill.
See that Home Depot bucket there at the far left corner? That's one of the kill caches they retrieved.
Cache items is that they want people to call the FBI if they have a missing loved one, a missing persons case that's never been solved. Somebody was out hiking, because remember, he took people completely at random and often went to trailheads to get hikers and things. So they're hoping that the public will come forward with questions, with tips that, hey, I have a loved one that may have been one of his victims.
Wow. Really fascinating stuff. And Peter, your report was airing this weekend, but let me
check out the comment section now. Excuse me. Okay, we got Honey Bad. Oh no, we got to get you up out of here. We got to get you up out of here. Where are my? What the fuck? Oh, get out of here, Berlinetta. Crazy bitch trying to email fucking. We gotta get you out of here, Honey Badger. I don't know why the fuck you got a wrench. You done went fully loco. We'll take care of that though. Yeah, not giving you any attention. You just don't do that over here anymore. I mean, we're done with that. We're done. We are DONE. Let's finish the rest of this video. I was checking my chat to actually holler at, see if anybody, it's just junk.
just also offer you some congratulations and to the entire team at 48 Hours, including executive producer Judy Tygard. You guys have been renewed for another year. Congrats.
Thank you so much. We're very excited about that.
Yeah, really well done. You can see Peter's 48 Hours report tracking the murders of Israel Keyes tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central on CBS. You can also stream it on demand on CBS All Access.
I don't need to be punished for these other things that I haven't talked to you about yet, because all these other states, they can't prosecute a dead man. So it's like, what?
Right, but do you think anyone's going to really, say Vermont charges for the courage? Do you think they're really going to give you the death penalty knowing that there's more things out there? Do you think they're going to say,
right? So see, I know.
You're in a catch-22, my friend. You're in a catch-22, and we're offering you, what is, I think, the best bet. That's your call, buddy. But you're in a catch-22 because Vermont U.S. Attorney's Office, Vermont State isn't going to rush forward and give you what you want, knowing that there's more information.
This is 34-year-old Israel Keyes. On February.
So as you can see, we got Israel Keyes, and you guys may think you know everything about him now, but oh, hey, Ice, hey. Hold on.
They're watching.
All right. What's up, Ice? What's up, buddy? What's going on? Let me make sure you got a wrench, pal. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, troll mods, don't take any flack, don't mention any messages. I don't care what crazy crap they say, get them out of here. We're not paying attention to them. We're doing the special on Israel Keys is what we're doing, and then we're wrapping up. You're welcome. Hey, David, let me take care of you, too. I don't know why you ain't got a wrench yet. I thought you was over here before. What's going on, man?
Rick Sanchez has built a lot of portal guns, and each one tells a different part of his story. Throughout the series, we've actually seen several versions in action. Firstly, there's his original one, the standard model that he and most other Wraiths use in almost every episode. The second shows up in the first episode of Season 3, where we get a rare glimpse at the early design of the portal gun before recovery. In that same flashback, we also see Rick Prime's portal gun, which looks different from the regular one.
Let me find... Damn, they make a 50-round drum for that? Holy shit. What am I looking for? Hold on, guys. What was I just looking for? Welcome. Yeah, shout out to Impeach, y'all. Oh, now I know what I was doing. When I turn into a turkey. Hope there can be peace one day. Till then, I pray my DNA gets backed up. Y'all ain't heard the turkey song by Rick and Moses? Hold on. Let me play this for you. I gotta play this. I can't get it up. Maybe if I listen to it one more time, it'll get out of my head. Got a pregnant girl in a pickup truck. Got one by choice and the other by luck. This is why I love Rick and Morty. Wait. Is that a court video? Yes, there is. Oh shit, we gotta watch that. Here it is. Turning turkey. Got a pregnant girl in a pickup truck.
Pregnant girl in a pickup truck, got one by choice and the other by luck.
Now it's time to turn into a turkey.
I hope there can be peace one day. Till then, I pray my DNA gets backed up.
These pills contain tracking chips that identify each of you as individuals.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. When I turn into a turkey.
Turkey Marines. Oh, that's really good. The way they made them into turkeys is Turkey Marine.
All right, boys, search every bird. If Sanchez is here, I want to hear you gobbling.
Let me look at you, scum. Get out of here, you wobbleneck.
Sarge, this ain't like the simulation, man. I don't like it.
Keep it together, Martinez. Eyes on the ground, sir.
No sign of Einstein.
Stay frosty, gentlemen. I want this pardoning pipeline airtight.
Sir, we have hacked the garage door. We are in. Eyes on the bogey.
Well, you've got eyes on a robot.
All due respect, sir, I know flesh when I see it.
Those flesh-covered robots should buy us some time.
I love how they make Rick freaking burp every now and then. I love how they make Rick, you know, those flesh covered robots should buy us some time.
The pardonable turkey should be on that truck. Ship, go stealth.
Rodriguez, Fincher, get eyes on that.
Huh, Turkey Marines. The president came to play. Jam those 2 radios.
Confirmed.
Jeez.
There goes Dagburn, y'all.
Fincher, Rodriguez, come in.
Copy, Tango. All good. Just a couple of branches on the roof.
Don't ever turn your radio off again.
Turkey Marines. Mr. President came to play. What are you talking about, Z? Trisha ain't home right now. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Impeach is in a meeting. Impeach is over here. What you talking about? The coffee is wearing off. Getting close to my beauty rest time. Well, guys, we're not going to be on here long. Y'all can hold up. Gary's house, I don't know what you talking about, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Alright, let's get on back to Israel Keys now. America's most prolific, I think one of the most prolific advanced serial killers of the 21st century. It may seem like he don't have that big of a body count, but we know 3 victims at least, and him making that many skulls when he killed himself is definitely, there's somebody like him, yeah, he would leave little cryptic clues like that, so I believe it. We're going to be reviewing and reacting to a video made by Stay Awake, and I have some more videos after this, but I may just do this video, react, give them points on it, and then we just wrap it up, because I know it is kind of late for some. I just couldn't get live earlier today. I tried to do it a lot earlier, but I just couldn't. Alright.
February 1st, 2012. Israel Keys began to execute the final steps of a plan that he already had in motion. He ran 2 heaters inside a shed to keep it comfortable, and then placed a tarp along the floor to help control any mess. And after canvassing several locations, Israel Keys decided that the Common Grounds espresso.
And he did that stuff at his home where his daughter and wife were. So Israel was in the military at one point, so he's not a dummy. But something messed him up when he chose to do this, because he had never murdered or committed crimes in his own town or backyard. Never.
Coffee stand in Anchorage, Alaska would be his target. He decided to execute this plan on February 1st because he had already purchased tickets to board a cruise ship from New Orleans to Mexico the very next morning. Israel waited in his car fairly close to the coffee stand, listening to a police scanner for any potential distractions. At around 8 p.m., a major incident was broadcast over the scanner quite far across town. This was the moment.
See how meticulous that is? Listening to a scanner just to wait until when all the resources are tied up, just to ensure he won't get caught.
Israel Keys decided to strike. Israel covered his face with a ski mask and walked up towards the coffee stand. He then noticed it was just one young lady working, 18-year-old Samantha Koenig. Samantha then asked if she could help Israel, and he ordered an Americana coffee. As Samantha turned around to prepare the coffee, Israel lifted a handgun out of his pocket and pointed it directly at her. She turned back around, only to see the barrel of a gun pointing directly at her face. Israel then ordered the young lady to turn off all of the lights and back away from the window.
Look how meticulous he is. Turn off the lights so I'm not on camera.
He then climbed through the window and ordered her to get down on her knees. Israel then tied Samantha up, took any money he could find from the coffee stand, and made it clear that he was going to be taking her with him. Samantha then pleaded with Israel, stating that her father would be by to pick her up at any minute. But after very little hesitation, Israel gagged Samantha and began pushing her and dragging her towards his vehicle. He forced her into the passenger seat of his vehicle and drove them both back to his house that he shared with his girlfriend and his young daughter. Israel threatened Samantha repeatedly, telling her that if she were to make any noise, he would kill her. Israel was then able to move Samantha from his vehicle to the shed next to his house, which he had already prepared for the attack without anybody noticing. He cranked up the volume on a radio that he had in the shed as he tied up Samantha some more. He then forced Samantha to tell him where her debit card was. She told him it was currently in her
Poor soul, man. Poor soul.
boyfriend's truck. At this point, Israel was planning to hold on to Samantha for ransom and have the money placed into her own bank account, which he would then access using her debit card. So Israel left Samantha tied up and locked up inside the shed for a short period of time while he went off to break into her boyfriend's truck and fetch the debit card. When he came home from fetching the debit card, Israel then walked inside his house and quietly poured himself a glass of wine. He then went back out to the shed. Israel Keys then brutally raped and murdered 18-year-old Samantha Koenig via strangulation. When he was finished, he then wrapped her body in the plastic tarp that he had laid along the floor in his shed. Then he placed her body into a shed cabinet and turned off the heaters and the radio. He then went back inside his house where his daughter and his girlfriend lay asleep. At this point, it was getting fairly early, so Israel packed up for his cruise, woke up his daughter for school, and then headed towards the airport. The cruise he was taking ported out of New Orleans, so Israel flew to New Orleans and then boarded the ship. When his cruise was over, Israel Keys went on a crime spree throughout Texas, where he had robbed a home and then set it on fire.
Robbed a home and then set it on fire. Wow. Let me check y'all's comments out real quick. Oh, appreciate it, Ice. I'm glad you did, man. I appreciate it. There's no problem, dude. I didn't know you was joking at first, but hell, you got you a little something. You was able to stock up on them papers and cones. That's. I'm just glad that that's the case. I don't know what song Gary's house.
There's smoke early here. There's a small shed down there.
And then he robbed a National Bank of Texas at gunpoint. He then flew home to Anchorage, Alaska on February 19th, 2012. After being home for a few days, Israel decided that he needed to dispose of Samantha's body. So he began the process. Strangely, as he removed her from the cabinet in the shed, he felt the urge to have sex with her once again, and Israel Keys then had intercourse with Samantha's body again. Once he was finished, he had another idea. He stitched Samantha's eyes open using fishing line and applied makeup and
This is just so horrible, guys, but I mean, it lays out the crime exactly as is, and in a way, I want that to be brought. I want you to hear the depravity and the level that this guy went to, and why he is by far probably the most scariest serial killer I've ever come across.
way to attempt to make her look like she was still alive. Israel then grabbed a recently released newspaper and held the newspaper in front of Samantha for a photo. He then wrote up a ransom letter to Samantha's family, stating that if they want to see Samantha alive again, they must deposit $30,000 into Samantha's bank account. He then hid the ransom letter and the gruesome photo at a dog park. Shortly after, he texted Samantha's boyfriend the location of the note and the photo.
Ain't she purty? You know, I mean, this is just sick. But the dude takes it and stitches her eyes open and takes a photograph of her. I mean, I can't even comprehend that. I cannot comprehend it.
After another couple days had passed, Israel decided that he now really needed to dispose of her body. So he began the process again. Israel completely dismembered Samantha and dumped her remains into the Matanuska Lake just outside of Anchorage, Alaska.
Dumped her like she was nothing. That poor girl, she had her whole fucking life ahead of her. You know, just a senior in high school, like had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend really felt bad on because he saw Israel, like when he went to go steal that debit card from her boyfriend's truck. the boyfriend's dad and him actually ended up seeing the person fleeing, but it was so dark and stuff that they could not, you know, and they had no idea what he stole until later. You know, they were so busy worrying about where Samantha was at the time that they had no idea. You know, it's just the boldness and the stupidity of him using her debit card. He continues to use her debit card and basically gets her family to put money on it as ransom, even though she's dead.
Sometime during the first week of March 2012, Israel Keys decided to go on a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada. So he hopped on a plane and flew there. He then rented a white Ford Focus and drove himself to Arizona.
See, this is him right here getting
then
arrested. This is when he eventually got stopped fully. You see, they got stop sticks placed in front of his car just in case he tried to leave. That's a Texas Ranger trooper right there that's got him stopped. He's not cuffed currently. He's got his hands crossed. He's playing it cool, but he is fucked at this point.
A white Ford Focus and drove himself to Arizona. While in Arizona, he put on a different outfit and a mask and withdrew $400 from Samantha's bank account. This activity immediately alerted.
See, he was disguising himself in front of the ATMs with masks and stuff, but the problem is he let one of them get a picture of his rental car. Fucking dumbass.
The FBI, and they began to check ATM cameras and monitor Samantha's bank account activity. On the ATM camera footage, they were not able to make out Israel's identity, but they were able to pinpoint the white Ford Focus he was driving. Unfortunately, they were not able to work out what the license plate was. Just 2 days later, on March 9th, 2012, Israel Keys put on another disguise and visited an ATM in Texas, where he withdrew money from Samantha's bank account again. The FBI then immediately informed Texas authorities to keep a keen eye out for the white Ford Focus. Just 4 days later, on March 13th, 2012, a Texas police officer monitoring the highway witnessed a white Ford Focus parked outside of a Texas motel. The officer waited inside his vehicle and monitored the white Ford Focus. And when Israel entered the Ford Focus, the officer followed him. Due to suspicion that this may in fact be the vehicle that they were looking for, the officer kept his eye on Israel's speed limit. And when Israel went just 4 miles per hour over the posted speed limit, the officer pulled Israel over. Israel then handed his Alaskan driver's license over to the police officer. And this immediately set off alarms due to the bank account belonging to a current kidnap victim whom also lived in Alaska. The officer then immediately called for backup. As the officers proceeded to search the white Ford Focus, they found a face mask that matched the one captured by the ATM camera. They also found rolls of cash that were covered in a dye, which is used to signify that the money had been stolen from a bank, as well as a gun and Samantha's debit card. Upon this discovery, the officers arrested.
Why would you keep money covered in dye? That is just idiotic.
Israel Keys and took him into custody and transferred him back to Anchorage, Alaska.
There's his evil ass right there, realizing, yep, I'm screwed.
For the initial couple of weeks following his arrest, Israel was constantly confronted with overwhelming evidence against him. However, he denied everything and refused to talk. However, on March 31st, 2012,
he finally
Israel Keys admitted some involvement regarding the abduction of Samantha Koenig. He admitted that he did in fact abduct her from the Common Grounds coffee stand on February 8th. But Israel then decided to try to strike a deal with the investigators to protect his daughter from hearing any details. He told them that if they keep the details of the crimes away from the media and the public, that he will then tell them everything about what he did and how he did it. He said he will tell them the entire story. But then, Israel also said that he has a lot more stories to tell. A few days later, Israel Keys went on to provide.
And right there, they knew they had a serial killer.
The details of the abduction and murder of Samantha Koenig to the police, leading them to the location at Matanuska Lake where he disposed of her remains.
Good evening, everyone. The massive search for missing barista Samantha Koenig is over, but it's not the news family and friends were hoping for. Anchorage police announced today they found a body they believe to be Samantha Koenig's in Matanuska Lake out in the valley.
At Matanuska Lake Monday afternoon, a worst-case scenario showed up just outside Kevin Sturgeon's house.
I just thought people were ice fishing. That's all I thought. I had no idea intentions on what was going on.
Rumors of a horrible development in the Samantha Koenig abduction became a lot more suspicious out in the Matanuska Valley. Kevin says snow machines started showing up.
Just riding back and forth and hearing chainsaws like Just that's all I've been hearing until I came out and I just seen a bunch of people.
And all it took was the Anchorage Police Department Monday to make it official.
Earlier today, a forensic dive team discovered in Matanuska Lake what investigators believe to be the body of Samantha Koenig.
Just after this discovery, on April 18, 2012, a federal grand jury returned an indictment on Israel Keys to face charges for the kidnapping and murder of Samantha Koenig.
The indictment charges Keys, age 34, with 3 counts. First count is kidnapping, resulting in the death of Samantha Koenig.
Let's take a moment of silence for Samantha Koenig, y'all. I mean, it's just the way he's done this woman is just. All right, see you, Ice. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. You have a great night, sir. Good night, Mr. Vice President. But yeah, you guys, let's take a moment of silence for Samantha Koenig. You know, I've seen and been through this case. I kind of know it pretty well, but it just, and the fact that he evaded worldly justice by committing suicide. I mean, this is one of those cases that just sucks. So let's take a moment of silence for the next minute, starting now. All right, amen, guys. Just pray for her family. Let's get back into this, and then I think what we'll do is we'll move on and we'll check out this court video for this YouTube Momo. We got a YouTube Momo feature I didn't know would be coming out. There's always some goodies.
The second charge charges receiving and possessing ransom money, and the third count charges access device fraud. This is a first superseding indictment that replaces the original indictment against Israel Keys. The indictment alleges that Israel Keys abducted Samantha Koenig from the Common Grounds coffee stand on Tudor Road on February 1st, 2012, and that he took her against her will to his white pickup truck that was parked across the street. The allegations continue that he confined her and intentionally killed her early the next morning. The indictment also alleges that on the same night as the abduction, Keys stole a debit card from a vehicle that Ms. Koenig shared that was parked near her residence, and that he further obtained the PIN number for that card from Samantha Koenig. Keyes then sent text messages from Samantha's cellular phone in an effort to conceal the abduction. According to the indictment, Keyes then left Alaska and boarded a flight to Texas early the next morning. The indictment further alleges that on February the 24th, Keyes sent a text message using Samantha's cellular telephone for the purpose of demanding that ransom money be placed in a bank account connected to the stolen debit card. With the help of the reward money that was generously donated by members of this community, the Koenig family was able to place money into the account.
Which ultimately did help capture him. I mean, it sucks that they had to give money to this piece of crap, but by doing that and by him making his mistakes, withdrawing it, acting like he's getting away with it, like they're not monitoring everything they can to find him slipping up, that's what ultimately convicted him and got him caught, though, is that reward money.
And the indictment alleges that Keyes then used that stolen debit card to withdraw this ransom money from ATM machines here in Alaska, in Arizona, in New Mexico, and in Texas. Law enforcement was able to track these ATM withdrawals. The crime of kidnapping and killing Samantha Koenig, as charged in this indictment, carries a maximum penalty of life or death.
Then, shortly after this, Israel went on to mention that he had also been involved in the disappearances of many other people throughout the USA between the years of 1997 and 2012. However, he refused to go into any further details. Then, on May 23rd, 2012, Israel Keyes.
Now, if he had a run from 1997 to 2012, I mean, and this is not to glorify him, but on a practical level, that is an impressive run. 12, that's 15 years of activity leading up to the Koenig case, which got him ultimately finally captured. 15 years, literally at the turn of the century and through all the beginning of it. You got to also keep in mind what was going on at that time. 9/11. You had 9/11. You had the war in Iraq, the 2008 financial collapse crisis, the housing market, Obama presidency. There was so much going on during that period. I guess small wonder, with his advanced method of kill caches and different things and keeping his crimes out of his area he lived, is it any wonder why he was able to go that long?
Had its first appearance in court in order to set a date for the trial. Somehow, during this court appearance, Israel Keyes managed to break out of leg restraints and dive over the handrail behind him into the gallery members sitting in the front row. Fortunately, the officers in the courtroom were able to quickly regain control of the situation by tackling Israel and tasing him.
Is filed shortly after the court issued the order in this matter setting today's hearing. Our position is that at this particular juncture, we're not able to.
by tackling Israel
Apologize, but I didn't get to hear this. Let me hear this.
and tasing him.
Holy shit.
Him into the gallery members sitting in the front court in order to set a date for the trial. Somehow, during this court appearance, Israel Keys managed to break out of leg restraints and dive over the handrail behind him into the gallery members sitting in the front row.
Damn!
The officers in the courtroom were able to quickly regain control of the situation by tackling Israel and tasing him.
Is filed shortly after the court issued the order in this matter setting today's hearing. Our position is that at this particular juncture, we're not.
Judge, can we go ahead and clear the courtroom? Can we go ahead and just clear the courtroom for now?
Make sure you get all your stuff.
At this point, prosecutors involved in the case were seeking that a trial take place sometime around 10 months after his initial court appearance, which would make the trial take place around the end of January 2013. During the months between Israel Keys' first court appearance and his projected trial date of January 2013, Israel took part in several different interviews with police. During these interviews, Israel displays a disturbingly casual demeanor and a complete lack of empathy for his victims. Investigators would even go on to state that he appeared bored at times. Let's now take a look at some moments from those interviews.
That was the delay actually getting in there is we knew you had some legal questions, and so we reached out for him to say, hey, Israel says we got some questions.
I know, David. It's very interesting. And yeah, this is going to be the only video I do on him. After this, we're going to go to a court case of a YouTuber. But a YouTuber that just can't seem to let a person, they can't leave them alone. You know, it's a classic example we see all the time with trolls. You know, just can't leave people alone. Unfortunately, not as often many of them get punished judicially like they should. But let's finish this up. We've only got about another 12 to 14 minutes left of this video. Serial killer laugh. That's a lack of empathy.
I couldn't even get one of them was in court. The other one said, you know, basically after yesterday. So they didn't think that was too funny.
The other one is like, what the fuck after yesterday courtroom escape attempt.
They didn't think that was too funny. So and
why are they afraid I'd actually get away? That would be
embarrassing. No, it's I don't think that they were looking at it from that perspective. You know,
lawyers just don't like excitement. Well, it's more of understanding that they thought we were kind of working towards the goal, and they're working on trying to keep Vermont on board, doing everything. I would have sent them an anonymous letter.
When Israel Keys spoke with investigators providing details about the murder and kidnapping of Samantha Koenig, he believed that he was striking a deal. Israel requested that his case be kept as quiet as possible from the media in return for the information he provided.
You can't always get what you want. Oh, he's going to get triggered over that.
During this conversation, Israel also let officers know that for about 14 years of his life, starting in 1997, he believed that he was basically two different people. The version of himself that all of his family and friends would know him as was a normal man that would go on to live a regular crime-free life, working as a handyman, contractor, and construction worker. However, behind the scenes, there was a completely different version of him. This version was a serial killer, serial rapist, serial arsonist, bank robber, and abductor, who would travel the country searching for his next victim. He would hide something he referred to as kill kits in remote locations throughout the states. Locations like this one.
You see right there, that we got right there, that's a 50-round drum, looks like to me, a silencer, at least 1 to 2 firearms, one with a scope, some other supplies. So as you can see, that's, there's his kill kit.
In remote
one of them.
Locations throughout the states. Locations like this one.
No. See, there's the
In
one of
these
the
kits,
locations
he would
did
leave
it.
what he believed was the necessary equipment needed to complete an abduction, murder, or armed robbery. This one consisted of a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, which he filled with zip ties, ammunition, guns, silencers, duct tape, and Drano to accelerate human decomposition. During this same conversation,
Wow.
Israel admitted to the murder of a couple that lived in Vermont. While he spoke about the murder, investigators listening in from the next room Googled missing Vermont couple and found a picture of Bill and Lorraine Courier. The picture was brought to Israel, and the investigator asked, "Are these the 2 people that you killed?" Israel glanced at the image and quickly replied, "Yes." He was then asked, "Have you ever met them or run into them before?" Israel replied, "Nope." Israel then went on to explain how it happened, stating that he dressed in black from head to toe and broke into Bill and Lorraine's house while they were asleep. He walked into their bedroom holding a gun, and when they woke up, they were in a slight daze, and it took them a few moments to realize what was happening. Israel then ordered the couple to roll onto their stomachs while he zip-tied their hands and feet. He asked them where all of their valuables were as he raided through their belongings. After about 15 minutes, he told them that they were all leaving the house. He dragged them both into the garage and forced them into a vehicle. He then drove them to an empty house that was currently for sale. He forced the couple inside, and after brutally murdering Bill, he then raped Lorraine twice and murdered her as well. He then stuffed their bodies into large 55-gallon trash bags and hid them underneath garbage and wood in the corner of the basement. He then left the house. Israel stated it took him 6 hours, start to finish, and nobody suspected a thing. After telling the police all of these details, Israel expected that the investigators would hold up their side of the agreement by keeping his case out of the news as much as possible. Unfortunately, soon after he told them, Israel caught wind that he was all over the news in Vermont. This made Israel more and more difficult to extract information from, because now he felt the investigators were not living up to their end of the deal that they made. With all of that in mind, that brings us back to the interrogation room, right where we left off.
Yeah. And so they're kind of wondering where we're at with that. Where are we at with what's changed since yesterday?
More inputs.
Yeah.
What's changed for you? Nothing. Possibly additional charges.
Additional charges.
Right, but I mean, even still, from their perspective, come on, let's face it. Yeah, what happened yesterday? Ooh, I'm a bad guy. I tried to escape, but let's be honest. Nobody really thought I was a good guy before that, so it's not like me escaping suddenly makes me untrustworthy. I was kind of untrustworthy before that, so.
Eventually, Israel recognized the level of
This dude's got a crazy self-awareness.
difficulty involved in trying to keep his case out of the media, so he decided to change his request. He then went on to tell the investigators that the only way he'll provide further information was if he was promised that he would be sentenced to death.
I don't need to be punished for these other things that I haven't talked to you about yet, because all these other states, they can't prosecute a dead man, so it's like, what?
Right, but do you think anyone's going to really, Vermont charges for the courage, do you think they're really going to give you the death penalty knowing that there's more things out there? Do you think they're going to say,
right, so see, I know,
you're in a catch-22, my friend. You're in a catch-22, and we're offering you, what is, I think, the best bet. That's your call, buddy, but, you're in a catch-22 because Vermont U.S. Attorney's Office, Vermont State isn't going to rush forward and give you what you want, knowing that there's more information.
Well, yeah, right.
You may have noticed Israel's lack of attorney throughout this entire video. Well, it has been said that this is likely due to Israel Keyes' strange obsession with another serial killer who goes by the name of Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy
What?
also traveled throughout the USA, murdering people along his travels, sometimes posing as if he had a broken arm and needed help with something, or that he had lost his dog. When Ted Bundy was finally arrested and tried in court, Ted Bundy also made the choice to represent himself. Anyways, Israel Keyes' final interview with investigators took place on November 29th, 2012.
And if you notice the woman agent, what's similar about her? Well, she's almost kind of very similar to the woman, the last victim he had, Samantha Koenig. They done that on purpose because they were trying to extract all the information they can out of him because he's closing up and they know it.
And just 3 days later, on December 2nd, 2012, at exactly 5:57 a.m., a prison guard noticed a red streak on Israel's cell floor. And when they approached his cell, they found Israel Keyes lying face down, covered in blood, and deceased from what appeared to be a plethora of very elaborately planned self-inflicted wounds. Under Israel's mattress, they found disturbing pictures of skulls that Israel drew using his own blood. And next to his body laid a 4-page note that was almost completely destroyed due to being soaked in blood. The FBI was able to restore the note to a point that it was almost legible. One quote from Israel's note read, "You may have been free. You loved loving your lie. Fate had its own scheme. Crushed like a bug, you still die." Further details surrounding his death can be found online, but I will warn that they are quite gruesome and are not for the faint of heart. American serial killer Israel Keyes was pronounced dead on December 2nd, 2012. After years of investigating the case of serial killer Israel Keyes, law enforcement now believe that Israel is responsible for 11 murders throughout the USA.
He was very specific about some of the details he gave and very vague about others, leading me to believe that he was certainly holding a lot of cards up against his chest at the time he died.
Keeping his grasp on control over authorities, the investigation, and his victims, even from the grave.
One of the tragedies that go along with a case like this and a guy like this is that he takes to the grave many of the things that they would love to know. And in a way, it's the ultimate act of cruelty.
And there you have it, folks. That was our coverage and our video we reacted and just watched about the Israel Key case. Let me give you my conclusions, and then we'll move on to this other video. My conclusions is this guy was a heavily prolific serial killer. I think he easily got those 10 bodies or 11 bodies. He admitted to the couriers, and they didn't really cover too much about it, but they believe that also that third woman, Deborah Feldman, he mentioned her sort of too as well. So that's, as we know of, 4 people he's murdered. 3 out of 4 he sexually assaulted the women. And the kill kits and everything else is traveling. The fact he was very arrogant and, didn't have a lawyer, which I didn't draw the parallel of Ted Bundy. I did not see that one coming. I think it's safe to say that he was a sociopath, psychopath. Like, he had both spectrums, and because he had both, he was able to keep his sociopathy in check, where he was ordered and structured from 97 to 2012. And then when 2012 came around and he decided to hunt in his own backyard, which is his words, not mine. It's one of the phrases he used. He said, "I should have never hunted in my own backyard." when he done that, I mean, he was even reflective enough and self-aware enough to know that's where he messed up, and that is where he messed up. That's where he got caught. If he'd done that, who's to say he wouldn't still be out there right now? It's a scary thought. All right, the next video we got here is a video. We're moving on. That's the end of the Israel Keys case. I hope you guys enjoyed that intriguing, dark case. For those of you that didn't know about it, those of you that maybe knew but didn't know a whole lot about it, now you have more that you know. Old Danny, old Danny, Dan, what's his name? Danny Stranger had a court appearance here July 3rd. In this shocking expose, the truth comes out about a man who bragged online about dominating his court appearance and showing the judge who's boss. But courtroom footage reveals a much different reality, one where he broke down in tears and made a complete fool of himself. The internet always remembers, and receipts don't lie. Shout out to the Sammy Danger channel. Gobble, 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 when I turn into a turkey.
A lot better over there.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Awesome.
there
Sorry.
the glasses.
One moment, please. Okay, there you go. Sorry about
All
that.
right. Your audio is a little bit weak. As I explained at the beginning of the calendar,
A little bit weak.
This is being recorded, and it is very important for our recording to pick up everything that you have to say. So please speak directly into your microphone so that we can make sure that everything is picked up. All right. So this is a. Did he just leave? I'm sorry, Ms. Atwell. It appears that Mr. Engstrom just signed off. We'll give him a minute.
Okay.
All right. So this is a. Did he just leave? I'm sorry, Ms. Atwell. It appears that Mr. Engstrom just signed off. We'll give him a minute.
Okay.
What, he fell off already? That's one time you don't want a bad internet connections when you go into court. There he is.
Okay, Mr. Engstrom joined us again.
Okay, I hope this is a lot better. A little better?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Sorry about that.
All right, so this is a motion by the petitioner to modify a previously ordered civil protection order.
Yes.
And the Mr. Engstrom, have you had an opportunity to review the
1 second.
petition to modify?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I have.
You're not to harass or contact Ms. Atwell. She alleges that on
June 7th, you live streamed a video, and that caused some of your listeners to threaten her. And you also said that she had sent 71 people after you, and that incited your viewers to harass you. And as a result, some of your audience then has released where she works during your live streams. So, Ms. Atwell, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? Well, first of all, will you both raise your right hand? You saw.
What is the magic in that gesture of raising the hand? I, I, I've always wondered, how does that guarantee, or is that supposed to be meant? On my honor, I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, as Robert Durst once said, we looked over the oath and it said to tell the whole truth, but if something which is part of truth but makes you look bad and leaving it out doesn't change the whole truth, then try it, you know. And then he goes, I told the whole truth. Nobody, I mean, I told the truth, but nobody tells the whole truth. Which is basically him admitting, like, yeah, I lied my ass off. You know, that's what Robert Durst said. So I always think it's funny whenever people get sworn in because I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, that's not going to have any bearing on whether that like whether somebody tells the truth, it has to do with their character. I have seen people tell the truth knowing, and even the judge reminding them, do you realize the you know the possible consequences for the statements you're making, like consult with your attorney. And they go, yes, ma'am, I'm very aware, and I want to hold to it, you know, because some people, they don't give a damn if it makes them look bad. They're gonna tell things as it is as they see it, you know, how they actually are too. And then you got other people that's gonna, you know, I mean, they almost ought to be screenwriters or something because they have such an imagination and a way of taking one thing and just somehow, just by just putting it slightly under a different shade of light, you know, they get a completely different uh, takeaway that they promote to people, knowing it's completely fucking false and an alteration. But hey, that's what some people do. You know, they ought to be writers. All right, let's watch this.
I swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth under penalty of perjury of the laws of the state of Washington.
State of that has the order against him, and she was able to get an order and go to this state for taking this shit serious because in the Midwestern states you don't have this. Like Washington out in the West Coast isn't fucking around. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. You know, out west is where you have Silicon Valley and where a lot of the tech, social media startups happened. And it just makes sense, I guess, that they're more advanced with their court systems and legal systems being caught up with the new age of social media and stuff compared to other states in the Midwest and South, which are not. I mean, like they just ain't.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Atwell, I understand that you have some concerns about what Mr. Engstrom is saying. We are.
Tell me if you guys understand this, because I got some people stupidly saying it's word salad. Everyone knows making money doesn't equal all the money possibly needed. I think that's pretty clear. And there's a period right there. And then more bait for people to act like they found some big hypocrisy or lie that is actually nothing but a reflection of stalking and obsession concerning one person you're putting under your biased microscope, where your conclusion is going to be negative regardless of what you see, and not taking everything in consideration like you would do with a friend or expect yourself. Now, while I should have had a period or two in the end part of that whole statement, um, if you read it, it clearly makes fucking sense. And if you can't, then I guess you're not at that reading comprehension level.
First, the court is constrained from limiting some speech. So could you explain to the court what speech he is engaging in that intrudes on your privacy or threatens you or makes false allegations?
Of course. I just a short statement with all of my evidence.
And I want to make this clear. I feel bad in the smallest way I can for Harlow, and I say the smallest way because, you know what? She was warned so much. She tried to point out how she wasn't bothered. Oh, you wasn't bothered. You didn't fall for the buddy troll, did you? Then why the fuck did you have that scum on your panel? You know, you can't have cake and eat it too. That might be a bad choice of analogy. But seriously, everybody was friends with her over that's connected with the Pizzaverse and Bambi. Everybody treated her exactly how she deserved to be treated. Nobody did her wrong. You know, nobody tried to. I can't. Like, nobody tried to keep her out of the limelight, so to speak. We all went to her shows. To be fair, I think I kind of showed up at more of her streams and shows than she did at mine. You know, like Bambi was more attentive and supportive. Bambi was attentive and supportive in this show. She just didn't chat because it's super fucking late. Bambi's usually not up this late. You know, and just people just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But just know that we meant our friendship with that person, and we put it to rest. It's over and done with. You guys, any of the trolls, community members and stuff, if you want to talk about it and, you know, go back and forth and whatever, and brainstorm, go through it day in, day out, that's on you, you know. Just don't expect us to, don't expect us to go along with it, because we have no interest in talking about it anymore. My last communication with the person, pretty much they showed that they did not care. They straight up said they didn't care what was what and what the truth was, and they didn't, you could tell that they didn't even look at the live in real. I mean, like, they just went off at someone else's comment and took it out on me, and I had nothing to do with it. But once you say, fuck them and fuck anybody who rides with them, you're saying fuck me. So, I mean, you kind of tie my hands at that point. Up until that point, the only thing I was saying was, I'm not going to be part of no circus in the chat. I'm not going to be part of no chat circus. And you want to know what a chat circus is? A chat that's allowed to let trolls and everything else run wild and rampant. A chat that doesn't respect its base supporters and, frequent people that frequent it. It doesn't support or respect them. It wants quantity over quality. That's what the fucking chat circus is, and I was not going to be a part of it. But that's about all I said. I was being respectful. I mean, I wasn't attacking the person, but then you say, fuck me, well, fuck you. So that's it. We're moved on. Drop it. If I get another comment like I just got there, I'm gonna delete you next time. All right? Because you've been warned.
Read in order to put everything into context. So a fire protection order.
Hang on, your audio is breaking up. So if you could just keep.
Ooh, we got Gangy. We got Gangy up in the house. Let me make sure. Is that really you, Gangy? I'm gonna assume that's you. Let me give you a wrench, Gangy. What's up, buddy? We got Gangy in the house.
Keep a stable distance from your microphone and speaking to your microphone.
Yes, Your Honor. Is this better?
It is. Thank you.
Okay. So I have a 5-year protection order against Mr. Engstrom, and he talks about me daily on his YouTube channel. And the comments he makes have incited his viewers to harass my family and I. For example, on June 8th, he...
You know what's funny? Is I have a very similar story to what this woman is sharing. Huh. Funny. Small world.
Logged into his PayPal account, falsely claimed I'm still sending him money, and held his phone up to the screen to show my full name. When it was blurry, he moved it until it was in focus, so that his viewers could properly see my full name. He showed a deliberate attempt to harass me by making sure the camera was in focus and by identifying me as the person who has a protection order against him. In my community, my name is fairly common, but the spelling is very unique. And this has made it easier for his viewers to find my personal information since that incident. And Mr. Engstrom has not deleted the live stream, and it is still up on his channel. And then there was the incident June 7th, where Mr. Engstrom did a live stream on YouTube. He talked about me and the protection order. He made false allegations that I set him up, and that the only reason why he was in trouble for violating the PO is because he claims Washington is a winning state. He was granted a protection order because I abused the legal system, and he claimed to have more knowledge about the law than the judge. This incited a viewer named Tara to make comments threatening to show up at my house to take care of me. This was reported to Pasco PD, who told me I should have the PO modified to include Mr. Engstrom not being able to...
Bro, he is screwed.
...reliable way in order to protect my safety. There was the incident on June 8th where he showed my full name, and Mr. Engstrom shows a complete lack of accountability because in later streams he kept insisting he didn't do it on purpose, even though he was on video doing it. He also made false allegations that I sent 71 people after him based solely on the fact that he saw me in the chat of another streamer's live. I've only ever been in that particular streamer's channel once. Mr. Engstrom went into that stream to say hello to other people before he left, and then he talked about me on his live stream at that same time. He then live streamed another YouTube channel that I was in chat on while making allegations that I set him up. And it terrifies me, the fact that he is streaming himself, watching channels that he sees me in and commenting
Ma'am,
about me being in
again,
there.
I need you to not move away from the microphone. Please stabilize your head so that your speech is directed at the microphone.
Sorry, Your Honor. Another one of his subscribers stalked me and my family so badly that I was granted a protection order against them on June 27th. Again, they were incited by what Mr. Engstrom says about me on his live streams. Another example of the harassment that I've had to deal with due to Mr. Engstrom's public comments about me is a YouTube channel dedicated to harassing me that was started when I filed my protection order. Mr. Engstrom has admitted several times on his live streams that the person that runs the account is his longtime friend. And subscriber named Kyle Wright. Mr. Wright tried to post my work information and a picture. However, he did not spell my name right and posted the picture and employer of a woman with a similar name. After the June 8th incident in which Mr. Engstrom showed my full name on his stream, Mr. Wright had the correct spelling of my name and was able to track down my employer and family. He has posted the pictures and names of my family in order to intimidate me, along with a picture of my pets, and has even made Islamic-phobic comments directed towards me, even though I am not Muslim. He even took a picture of my dad and photoshopped him to look like what he thinks a stereotypical jihadi terrorist would look like, and said that he'd keep posting the names of my family until I dropped my protection order against Mr. Engstrom. Mr. Wright found out who my employer is and put that information in the chat section of Mr. Engstrom's live stream, along with comments to falsely report me. Mr. Engstrom did not delete the comments, and the live stream is still up on his channel. Mr. Wright has also threatened to murder my partner and I in retaliation for the PO based on Mr. Engstrom's comments that incited him. This was reported to Bellingham PD, who are still investigating. Mr. Wright has even gone as far as trying to falsely report my sister, who has been a member in good standing of the Washington State Bar for 30 years and is well respected among her peers. He has also attempted to get a mistrial called in regards to the criminal proceedings against Mr. Engstrom for violating the PO by falsely claiming I'm related to the Pasco court prosecutor. On June 28th, Mr. Engstrom spoke about how Mr. Wright is behind the account and that Mr. Wright is a great person. While I believe Mr. Engstrom might not be directly telling Mr. Wright to harass me, he is supporting and inciting it with the comments he makes about me during his live streams. During his live streams, Mr. Engstrom keeps making false allegations about me related to his April 6th arrest for violating the PO. He keeps falsely claiming I set him up and that it wasn't him harassing me, which I don't understand because he admitted to officers on body cam footage that he did violate the PO and he was on camera in his own live stream showing himself violating the protection order.
Mr. Engstrom, please assume a respectful posture for the court. That means thank you. Go ahead.
He shows a complete lack of accountability because he blames other people for his actions. He has even gone so far as to falsely claim that I'm watching his live streams, stalking him, and using his names for views. Your Honor, I work full-time, I go to school, I look after my parents, and I'm in the middle of setting up my own business. I have zero interest in watching Mr. Engstrom's channel, nor do I even have the time to. I only become aware of what he says about me after his viewers harass me, my family, or contact my employer. My YouTube channel is about history and has absolutely nothing to do with Mr. Engstrom or using his name for views. My videos have gotten more views based on their own merits than any Mr. Engstrom's videos since I met him. The videos he makes where he talks about me get more views than the videos that don't. In fact, immediately after our April 22nd hearing in which I was granted a 5-year protection order, he immediately went on his YouTube channel and started live streaming about me. If anything, he's motivated to continue talking about me for his own benefit, because his channel is monetized and he gets paid per views, whereas my channel is not monetized and I make zero money, even if I were to talk about Mr. Engstrom. This is why I would like the protection order modified to include Mr. Engstrom not being able to talk about me online because he is indirectly harassing me, inciting his viewers, and even profiting off of it through his YouTube monetization.
He doesn't even have a respectful posture in court.
All right, Mr. Engstrom. Okay,
Hello, Your Honor.
So Mr. Engstrom, I heard what the petitioner had to say. I read her petition. I do have some concerns. She said that there was an arrest in April. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. So you understand that you have the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. And so I'm going to caution you against saying anything that might incriminate you in any kind of criminal proceeding. However, if you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, unlike in a criminal case where your silence can't be held against you, in a civil case, your silence can result in an adverse inference. That
Exactly.
said, it is very important that
Funny how that system works.
are mindful of the fact that
Can't be held against you in
do
criminal,
have
but
that
can in
Fifth
civil.
Amendment protection, and that there may be criminal charges pending.
Kinda in a catch-22.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Engstrom, what do you have to say about the petitioner's statements?
Then you got shit to say.
Ma'am, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. This is my job, my full-time hobby. I've been doing
Oh
it for
my
a
God.
long time. Okay.
Okay.
Before-
Mr. Engstrom, I'm going to give you the same information, and that is,
Sorry, my mic is here.
please maintain a stable distance from the microphone so we can pick it up on the recording here. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll try to focus. I've been doing this for 10 plus years, and I don't come here to harass people, mess with people. I sit in my house and I listen to music. Therefore, my videos are not monetized, ma'am, because it's called copyright. I don't make no money off of this woman. I don't even know her name. I can't even say her name. I don't even speak of her. What they do is they have a bunch of people that come into my streams, okay? And they'll sit there and they'll start asking me questions.
my God.
My court cases. But how do I speak about it, okay? And then what happens is all that information gets sent to her, or I don't know if she's, I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm trying to mind my own business, and I have a bunch of these people coming harassing me. I got in contact with one person from their community, and that's my fault. I wish I never would have introduced myself to these people. I sit here and I don't leave my house. I won't go and get food. I'm terrified that if I leave my house, some woman is going to say I did something wrong to them. I am terrified to even get on the internet sometimes, but I have to because it helps my mental health. Okay, I will sit here in silence and I'll ban anybody and everybody that's trying to be there for me, man, because I don't trust nobody, because they have sent so many people after me to literally belittle me. They want my name, they want my YouTube channel taken down because I'm very successful, man. I've been doing it for a long time.
Oh
I don't
my
get views now
God.
because I don't care about all
But
that.
you just
I
said you're
care
not
about doing my
monetized.
mental
So
health
how are
and
you
hanging out with my friends on
successful?
a daily basis. I've met a lot of people, okay? I don't know where she came from, how she got involved into my life, or how even a protection order was even put into place. When I live clear, I don't even know where she lives, ma'am. I had no issues. I had I had no like ways of getting. I didn't want to contact her. I stay in my own lane. I don't go to other people's YouTube streams unless I'm invited. Okay? And I was invited to said one YouTube stream, and as soon as I said something, bam, that person was there. I didn't see that person was there. I was set up by all of my friends I once trusted. Okay? I was literally put in a situation that I don't go in. I don't go into YouTube streams, man. And I got 2,000 plus videos to show who I really am and not who they made me be after they came at me and literally harassed me on a daily basis. I've got death threats. I've got people coming to my damn house, actually showing up to my house. I got people dropping my actual information.
Okay,
I have a whole.
so Mr. Engstrom,
Whoa,
I'm sorry,
whoa.
to focus on the allegations.
Focus on the
of the
allegations, boy.
petitioner in her
Not your goddamn sob
petition
story.
and what she testified to today. Any action or reaction to you and your YouTube is not necessarily relevant. I am concerned about what she testified to and what your response then is to those statements.
Mollywopping his ass.
I'm responding to all those statements. She mentioned my YouTube channel. She mentioned you're making money off
Can't even understand you,
I'm doing what she just did. You didn't cut her off, ma'am. You let her speak.
Sir,
like, how come I can't speak like she spoke?
Sir, she's the petitioner. She's here.
I have rights to speak.
She is here making allegations that your conduct should be the basis for a protection order. You are here to address her allegations about your conduct. If you have issues with her conduct, then you have to do something else. We're not here to enter any kind of order against her. We're here because of her concerns about your conduct.
Right. Ma'am, I don't know why she's so concerned about my life. If she would leave me alone and never involved herself into my life, okay, she came into my life. I don't know this person. I'm a YouTuber. I sit on all the business. I don't know who she is. I don't know where she's from. Okay, she's contacted a bunch of my people and my friends. The reason why this person is mad at her because he doxed the wrong address. Okay, I don't know why she's trying to say I can't have freedom of speech, ma'am. This is saying that I can't say her name. I can't even pronounce her name at once. Okay, but this says right here that I request that the petitioner order modified to include restraining, not talking about me online. That's my freedom of speech. I can talk about things online. As long as I'm not directly contacting her, following her around, or doing any of that, I'm allowed to speak of her. This is my life. This is my case. I can speak of this. This is okay to do so, you know?
Okay.
And I don't know why she has a problem with it.
Can I ask you a couple of questions because I'd like to clarify some things? Did you, in fact, hold up a PayPal account showing her personal information?
I didn't put up the whole video. I was actually talking about something completely different. I was talking about a guy named Big D, okay? I was explaining to everybody how he sent me so much money, okay? Her name happened to be in that same list of group of people I showed sent me money. Literally, I'll show you the video. Her name is randomly flashed on the screen. And yes, I was trying to focus on the camera so we can see the people's name. They're saying Big D's name, not everybody's name. I did my best to hide everything. No one even knows this person's name besides her online character name. That's all I know her as. I don't even know. I can't even pronounce her name, ma'am. I'm not here to have people go after nobody. People are coming after me. I don't want people to go after anybody. I know how it feels to be attacked by everybody. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like that. It scares me enough. I don't even want to talk to my own friends now. I'm pushing all of my friends out of my life because I don't trust them now.
Okay,
because she's coming up.
So I
That's
have
irrelevant.
another question. Did you, in your live stream, state that she abused the legal system and made stuff up or set you up?
I don't remember any of that.
You don't recall?
All I know is, I don't know. All I know is the whole showing the person's name. Listen, I didn't know her name was even there because, like I said, I don't focus on things. Just the screen. Ma'am, it wasn't even it was showing somebody else's name. I'm not here to pick on nobody.
So I'm hearing that you're saying you didn't even know who she is. Are you denying that you put a picture of her father up?
I didn't do any of that, ma'am. She was talking about somebody completely different.
She who?
I don't know if she was talking about a guy named Kyle Wright. It's okay for her to mention somebody else's name, but when someone mentions her screen name, it's a problem.
Okay.
I don't know why, like, people can get away with certain things, but when a guy does something, we get, like, it's treated differently. I don't know her name, ma'am. I know her by a screen name. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is why she is coming after me.
Okay,
We were friends for a while.
Sir, if you have her name in your PayPal account, then obviously you know her name.
But I didn't know it was going to be on this, like, I can't pronounce her name, ma'am. I have a reading.
So let me just clear this up. So you're saying you can't pronounce her name, you don't even know her name, and yet you admit that you showed her name on your live stream, although
Bro, he getting his ass tore up.
accidentally you showed her name on her live stream, on your live stream.
Bro, I'd have.
I wasn't focusing to that person's name, ma'am. I wasn't focusing on that person's name when I was showing the things, okay?
All right.
Do
you understand my confusion?
Yes, I do.
Inconsistency.
This
First,
is
you say
YouTube
you know her.
gold.
Secondly, you say you
don't know her name,
pronounce her name. Thirdly, though, you do admit that her name was something that you showed on your YouTube channel. So those things are inconsistent, and I would like you to clarify that for me.
Okay, when I say I don't know her, like I've never met her before in my life, and that had any intentions. I don't know her. I didn't ever said her name. Is because I can't pronounce her name. So that's how I have issues, and I'm trying my best to do this alone. I don't have anybody to like help me through this. Okay, I have PDD, which is a problem of communicating, and they said that I was found confident. However, that was a 3-minute meeting, and my attorney kicked me out of the office. So I don't know how they say that.
Bro, I cannot make out what this mother trucker is saying. I don't see how the judge is making it out. Bro, Inquisitive is sitting there with this look on her eyes like, you lying? Like, he's trying to pull on this freaking, man, he's trying to pull off this puppy dog act, bro.
Evaluation, okay, for me?
This poor, pitiful me. Like, what he doesn't understand, like, and I'm not saying not everything he says is false, but whatever is true about it, and I say whatever is because I don't believe a lot of it, obviously. That's me personally. Now, whatever could be true about it, maybe, like the judge told him, he's got to bring up on his own. He's one of those guys that just don't give a fuck. Like, I can tell that he probably didn't even respond to the initial protective order petition, which is why it got automatically granted. You know what? I've done that too. I made that mistake before. I didn't make it the second time though. I just didn't. These protective orders can be a motherfucker. I mean, they can be something else because they are very easy to get. And yeah, I will say, I mean, they are even more easy to get when you are of a certain sex and it involves the opposite sex. They're actually sometimes more of a challenge for people to get it on the same sex and other. It's weird, but they're civil cases, like the judge said, and so his silence can hurt him, and it can also keep him from getting a criminal thing. So you have to walk a very fine line in dealing with these, which is why you need an attorney, which is his first mistake, is being at this fucking thing with no attorney. Because I can tell you now, he's going to say too much and not enough of the right things to get anything to go his way, is my prediction. Because that's the price you pay without an attorney.
No, it was a 3-minute thing. So I don't know why they say, oh, I have issues, ma'am. And now they're using it to do it. Oh, he's confident. He knows what he's doing. No, I'm not.
I have issues, man. And they should have really arrested me because I'm a danger, because I'm telling you
I told her, I said, well, that's not true. That's not true. So they put a couple hours, you can just leave. And she kicked me out. I told her, I said, that's not okay. You can't lie to the counselor about me. You can't do that.
The judge is not a mental health counselor. You cannot get sympathy from them. If you say you have issues, they're going to think that you're unstable. Stupid.
I didn't get a proper evaluation. Like, I have issues, man. And they know it, and they attack it, they use it against me.
Sir, when you say you have issues, what are you talking about?
I have ADHD. I have PDD, which is an autistic spectrum. They use my problems against me. They got into my life. They got to know me who I am. Everybody used to hang out together, okay, for a while. Okay, and then things started flipping around. And somebody got in trouble for talking to me when they weren't supposed to, and now they're coming after me as retaliation. And it's not fair. We were all friends and buddies at one point in time. And now I'm the one being like attacked by other people coming into my show trying to talk about the case just so she has ammunition in court.
So, sir, isn't it true that you do receive
the judge has to act a certain way and follow certain rules and procedures, regardless if they're human or not.
My videos that I play are not monetized. I do get donations. So if I listen to music, I don't get paid for it. I can show you a list of all the red dots you can see I'm not monetized on. I'm monetized, but I'm not being paid by no videos.
But people do send you money.
They do send me money to do things, yeah.
There because so he does
not to talk about her.
I saw in the earlier
but not to talk about her.
That you were asking for funds from the petitioner in exchange for not disclosing information about her.
Shit.
Is that true?
No.
Oh shit.
We had an agreement that she was going to help me with my pressure washing business. I don't know how this turned into anything else.
Okay.
She was going to help me with my business at one point.
It is your testimony that you never sent her text messages or any kind of messages or asked her for money in exchange for you not disclosing information about her. Is that what you're telling me here?
Please say no.
Well, I have said up to a certain thing, but not up to what she was trying to make it look as.
Okay, so you did.
She offered. She offered me money a long time ago. Okay, and I said no about it. I said then she offered me a couple of vehicles, and I said no about it. Then she said, well, "What can I do to get you to stop doing this? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? How much money do you have? What can I do?" How come she's not showing all the messages? She's just showing daily, but she's not showing you how she really close to me into saying these things, man. Okay. She manipulated me into saying certain shit, man.
Okay, so
she already offered me money.
Oh, he just used the cuss word in court. This dude's dumb. This is why you need a lawyer. This is why certain people absolutely need a lawyer.
Mr. Engstrom, you were served with a copy of this motion, and I don't have
Everybody needs one,
in
but
the court
definitely
file
somebody like this.
any of the evidence that you're talking about where you say she said certain things to you that caused you to respond in a certain way.
I don't have the messages because I don't want to talk to this person in the first place.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't prove myself in court.
You don't have the messages. Well, guess what? If she has her messages, you're screwed. And I know she has them. So you're screwed. But he's not smart enough to request her to subpoena all her messages.
Said certain things to you that caused you to respond in a certain way.
I don't have the messages because I don't want to talk to this person in the first place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I can't prove myself in court, unfortunately. So you gotta, it's believing her and that's it. You know.
Okay. So you did online
Wow.
say that her allegations to get the protection.
Why not just plead guilty at that point then? I mean, what's he think? That's going to reverse psychology, the judge on his side?
Order were false. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you did online say that she set you up. Is that correct?
I didn't say her name though.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All hypothetically, I'm saying hypothetically. So this could be my first wife, my second wife, another other person. It doesn't have to be particular this said person, but since everybody knows, right? It's a problem.
Oh my God.
Which I don't see because I have a freedom of speech.
Okay.
I shouldn't have a problem to speak my mind.
I recognize, Mr. Engstrom, that you have free speech rights, and those are very.
But I don't want to incriminate myself because I have issues, I have problems, and I don't want to be sitting here.
He keeps cutting off the judge. He keeps playing the one. She is being very. I'm surprised. She's being very patient.
And coached into saying certain things. I don't have an attorney sitting next to me, ma'am. I don't know if I should be answering your question. I don't know.
Sir, you have the right to testify.
Right now, I would have banged the gavel and been like, hey, I'm talking.
You also have the right to assert your Fifth Amendment right not to testify. I explained that to you prior to your testimony. I'm going to remind you again that you are not being coerced here into testifying. You are saying that what she says isn't sufficient to modify the protection order. And
you're doing old stuff.
Right.
That's why. Yeah, you're trying to get me to say yes or no to old stuff. You're trying to get me to incriminate myself. It feels like, ma'am.
There you go, bud. Boy, Brandon, good Lord, he just threatened and alleged the judge is trying to get him to incriminate himself. Somehow, something tells me this judge is going to overlook it, though. She is just a sweet little old judge, but she's just a little too sweet. Then again, maybe she just ain't got the energy for the shit, and she just knows she's going to find him guilty at this point anyway, so she don't care.
Stay on the topic. No, can we please stay on the topic of this particular case?
Good Lord, he's trying to control the judge's courtroom. Holy shit. I bet you if there was any lawyers in the gallery at the time or was watching this, they probably spit out their fucking drink. Like, holy shit, I wonder what's about to happen next.
This one. I want to go into different things. Okay, this is we're here to request that the order is modified.
All right, so Mr. Engstrom, I am going to hear from the petitioner now.
Good Lord. I cannot believe that's her response. This woman's got the patience of a saint.
Because it appears that you are uncomfortable giving me any further answers to.
I'm afraid being set up, yes.
Now I'm going to ask some questions of the petitioner.
He just tied his own hands. When he alleged misconduct, or maybe the judge trying to get him to talk, he tied his hand. He's fucked.
Okay.
So, Ms. Is it Atlaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have some questions for you. Number one, how this Mr. Wright, who is doing these things, how is Mr. Engstrom supposed to control Mr. Wright's speech?
Of course, I understand that, Your Honor.
It's not about him controlling the speech, it's about his actions leading indirectly, but still, because of him, those actions are leading indirectly to Mr. Wright taking these actions upon himself. Therefore, if the petitioner was admonished to stop those actions from further happening, perhaps further actions indirectly from said Mr. Wright and others would not happen. That would be how you answer that.
Taking Mr. Wright as an example. Sorry, can you see me now?
Again, stay a certain distance from your mic. Try not to move around because we are having trouble with your audio.
Okay. So I was using Mr. Wright as an example of how
You should always get on a computer plugged into a cord to your router when you're getting on something like this. Never a phone and never Wi-Fi.
Mr. Engstrom's comments have been of what his viewers are doing in order to harass me based on Mr. Engstrom's comments about me.
Okay, so I as you well know, I do not have the ability to prohibit speech. I also, in this case, do not have the ability to prohibit speech or any other action by any other person. This is just about Mr. Engstrom's conduct. And what I need you to focus on is not what people have done, but rather what he has said or done that should cause this court to issue a modification to the protection order.
Yes, Your Honor. So firstly, him showing my full name, and he did do it on purpose because he saw my name when he logged into his PayPal account, claimed it's public information even though it's private, and then he said, oh, look, here's the woman that says she's scared of me sending me money, which was done before I ever applied for a protection order. And then he held the phone up to the screen and he even said, this is the woman that has the lawsuit against me.
Okay, so other than showing your name, what else has Mr. Engstrom done that is speech or conduct not protected by the Constitution? I realize that's a legal conclusion, but you have to understand we have a presumption of free speech.
Of course. He's
Let me tell you some things free speech doesn't cover. Threats. Whether implied, indirect, or direct. Besides threats, claims of misinformation about you, what's some other things? Threatening to incite criminal activity against another person or to cause pain or harm upon another person or another person's immediate family. Things like that are not protected by the First Amendment.
also making, as you saw from his testimony, he's
Try to cause somebody injury professionally, socially, or other, same thing.
making allegations. I'm sending people after him. I do not even know.
The opinion that you just don't like that person, blah, blah, blah. Sure, that's protected. But to say, oh, it's my opinion, I don't like that person because they're a pedophile. Now you're trying to mix, but that's not protected. Because that person's not on a sex offense registry, and there's not some shit like them being on a flight log to Epstein's Island. Good luck backing up that statement in a court.
People, I have no clue what he is talking about, but he is constantly.
Certainly not a damn moment of them showing their Facebook profile and a nephew of theirs fully clothed. Fucking idiot.
Saying I'm sending people after him. I'm friends with certain people that are going after him, that I want to destroy him, which is all false. I just want to be left alone by him.
Brownie wants to be petted.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Engstrom, do you have any
See, I've been ignoring Brownie here lately.
on what Ms. Atwell just
And letting him do his own thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, buddy.
So I can't control people's actions. That's their own free will.
Come on.
Okay, like I don't sit here and automatically bring her up.
Yeah, but you can influence.
Somebody comes into my stream, okay, and gets me to talk about it. Because normally all I do is sit here, listen to my video game, play my video games, listen to my music, and dance. I don't talk about everybody around the world. That's not my. I don't care about these people.
Okay, so sir,
I'm here for a job.
Okay, so you just said you don't talk, but I heard you admit that you do talk, and you did show her PayPal name.
Yeah, you do talk.
When people came into my stream to get her to talk, to get me to talk about this said court case, so she can have all this other things. Dane talks about me. Before I met her, and I know who she was, right? And I still don't talk about her unless somebody comes into my stream and mentions something about her. And I'm allowed to talk about my life. I'm allowed to talk about what's going on.
You are allowed to talk.
But I'm not telling people. I'm not telling people to go after her. I'm not telling people, like, this is where she lives. I'm not telling her this is her address. I'm not making videos about her. I'm not doing any of this. Like, I have her address because she ordered something from one of my shops. I never sent her my address. Why would I give anybody? I don't want my friends talking to each other, okay? I have a problem where I don't want my friends talking to each other. So why would I send people to go talk to other people? I don't do that. Okay, that's not what I do here. I sit here, listen to my music, play my video games, and I laugh. I mean, I give you my YouTube channel, Your Honor, and you'll probably get a kick out of it tonight. Like, you would love it. I promise you. I'm not like these people claim to be. You just came here and you really look like to be a different person, because this ain't who I am. I got 2,000 videos.
Sir, I just need you to respond to the allegations that you, and regardless of how it is initiated, whether it's from one of your listeners or on your own initiative, she is saying that your statements about her are untrue, such as she's sending 71 people after you, such as that
was a hypothetical number, by the way.
Okay,
an exaggerated
but you
number,
did say that she's sending people after you.
Yes, because they come here, okay, and they do things, they say things that revolve around her, right?
Okay, so when you say they come here, are you talking about being on
my live stream? Yes, on my live stream.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I can't.
Do those people who come on your live stream like you also have First Amendment free speech rights?
Absolutely, and I let them speak.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I have heard the parties here. I have heard Ms. Atwall, and I do have some concerns that Mr. Engstrom's speech may incite some of his viewers to retaliate against Ms. Atwall. That said, Mr. Engstrom is correct that he has free speech rights. I cannot prohibit him from prospective speech under the Constitution. What I can do is I can prohibit him from disclosing personal information about you that would cause people to incite violence or engage in lawless actions. So, Mr. Engstrom, can you agree that you will not, on your broadcast, again, show the petitioner's full name and talk about things that she
Oh, he
has
getting
done
off
that
easy.
you believe are unlawful?
I will promise not to show her name at all. However, I would like to speak. I would still like to be able to speak about like allowed. I don't, like I said, I do got a First Amendment. And I do want to withhold the first. I do want to stand on that. I'm not saying her name. I'm not, like I said, my intention in the first place was never to anybody know who she was, because it's embarrassing going to court over me just sitting like working. I'm sitting at home. It's embarrassing. I'm getting attacked by me just like trying to like work here. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. It's embarrassing. I don't want no one to see or anybody to hear about this stuff, man. But they're going around and they're making. I heard that the person saying I did all this is actually going on other people's channels and talking about it all day, every day. And then they're coming over here. Oh, they're the person they're talking about. Like I don't know why they're denying, not bringing people here when. I mean, I can probably pull up a lot of videos to show that person.
Sir, I'm just asking you now.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes, I agree not to show her information. Yes.
Okay. So can I also get you to agree that you will caution your followers that they should not engage in harassing or violent or illegal conduct against the petitioner?
I'm okay with that. Yes, I agree with that too. That's never my intentions, man. I didn't want to show her name or have anybody know where she is or follow her. That's not me, man. I keep people I consider people my friends, and I don't like people to know my friends, need to know my own people. So yeah, 100% I respect all that for sure. And I don't want to live in fear. I know what it feels like, and that's why I don't leave my home.
Okay, so it's really important, especially these days, that people do engage in civil discourse. You absolutely have a right to free speech. You do not, however, have the right to intrude on someone's privacy. You don't have the right to make false or defamatory statements. And so I'm going to modify the order, hopefully in a way that will keep any of Mr. Engstrom's followers from contacting or harassing the petitioner. And that is...
I can't control that.
Right, I know you can't, but that
I can't, I don't know why.
I'm not asking you to control. I'm asking you to do what you agreed to do, which is not show her name on your YouTube channel. And you agree to caution your viewers to not engage in violence, lawless activity, or harassment of the petitioner.
Right.
It's easy.
Okay. Well, they do it on their own. I don't tell them to. I never have in my life. Right. So I don't know why it's even being altered.
Also, you can also.
I've never done it though. So
in order to assure that you are exercising your free speech rights in a way that is not harmful to others, and especially given our current social circumstances, it would be appropriate that you just caution your viewers not to engage in any kind of violence, lawless activity, or harassment of the petitioner. In fact, or anybody.
I'm not going to tell 23,000 people not to talk to one person, man. That's a lot of work.
No, but if her name comes up, I would like you to clarify that you are not encouraging any kind of lawless activity.
So what's going to happen now, man? You're going to allow a lot of people to come and spam my YouTube channel with her name now.
No.
Yes is what's going to happen. You're going to allow people. Man, you're going to allow people to come. What you're doing is going to allow other people. This is why I didn't want the protection order in the first place.
Oh.
She's not she's not a threat at me, dude. Like, I mean, she's not physically in her own life, like at home. She's not a threat to me. Why is there a protection order in place? That's
Okay,
like,
the protection
no
order is in
contact order, I
place.
get it.
The protection order is,
But, like,
is in place, and as you.
It's weird how it was.
Sir, as you properly pointed out, the protection
That
order stop interrupting me. The protection order is in place, and as you properly and correctly noted, this hearing is not about the original protection order. This hearing is about conduct subsequent to the protection order. And you have agreed that you want to and have been engaging in civil discourse, and that you will not show her name, and that you will encourage your viewers to not engage in violence, lawless activity, or harassment of her. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Yes, can I have one question?
Okay.
Ask one question. I don't know the system. Is there a way that I could take this whole thing to court?
Yes,
the Supreme Court judge?
Yes, you can get the video audio of this hearing from the clerk's office on the 3rd floor, Whatcom Superior Court clerks. I think they charge, do you know what they charge? I don't know what they charge for the DVD, but you can get the DVD of this hearing.
No. I meant like so I don't feel like this protection order should be a thing, which now led to this thing. Okay, so one thing led to another. So I don't think the first thing that led to this was justifiable. Okay, and I want to know, is there a way that I can take this to court and get all this dropped? Because this is not fair for me. You're allowing people to alter what I do in my own life. This is my free will. Now you're making it so I can't do things. This is not okay, ma'am.
I'm not.
This is my life.
Okay, Chichi. Dang.
You're making me do your.
Oh, you
right. How come I can't do anything if I'm breaking the law? That's not breaking the law, man. That's public information. But that's still not breaking the law. Right? Sir, what I'm doing right now is not breaking the law.
Sir, this is not a criminal proceeding. This is a
and that's why I want to take this all to court, because I need to be able to sit there and talk to a Superior Court judge, because I feel like I need to be heard. Because I don't feel like this is all justifiable.
Okay.
You're altering things that it's not. Yes, ma'am, I'm listening.
The beginning, you probably weren't here. At the beginning of this court session, I said that you have the right to review. The right to review is a motion for revision, and that would be in front of a Superior Court judge here in Whatcom County. And
I can't travel there, ma'am. I
can find that process on the Whatcom Superior Court.
Just laughing at the judge and stuff. I'm so surprised this judge just did not care about decorum that much. It don't seem like.
Local rules in our local rules website. Okay.
I agree. I agree to violate my own First Amendment. That's crazy. And you allowed me to do so.
That's wild, Your Honor. Sir, this hearing is over. I explained to you what it is that you are to do and not do. The one thing you are not to do, and you agreed you would not do it, is to show her name on your YouTube channel.
That should be the only thing, though. That right there should be the only thing.
You also agreed.
You made me, yeah, exactly. Coach me into it. Coach me into it.
That you believe.
Oh my God.
That it is appropriate. And
no, you agreed.
That you not encourage any kind of lawless activity. So
oh my
that's
God.
That's going to be in trouble, you know that?
This hearing is over. And
right.
I have issued an order. Okay.
Let women do what they want for no reason. Thanks, Your Honor.
Okay.
Another one wins.
Thank you, ma'am.
Another victim.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to have to finish that later.
Wow. I cannot believe the amount of patience and restraint that judge had.
Well, guys, we have been live for 2 hours, 16 minutes exactly on the dot. I want to thank all of my supporters and Pizzaverse collaborators, friends, and fellow soldiers, and I say soldiers, fellow social mates of the Pizzaverse, mods, subscribers, everybody else that comes by and catches the replay and is on the replay crew. Thank you very much for your support and your attendance. Also, shout out and thanks to any of the trolls that help with watch hours and the views and stuff. Appreciate you too. Just make sure you stay out in my comments. All right, you guys have a great evening. Great evening. Peace and blessings all. Everyone have a great, wonderful weekend. Remember, in honor of the main subject matter, I want to give a rest in peace to Samantha Koenig and ask for you all to keep and try to remember in one of your thoughts and prayers her family and all the victims of Israel Keys. And just realize we have some very, very evil people out there in the world. While that one may be gone, more await, I'm afraid. All right. Everybody have a good rest of the evening and weekend. Peace.